Good afternoon. I'm Mike Ward, also known as Mike Ward Psycho Songs, and I want to thank the Michigan Music Alliance and the Spread the Music Virtual Volunteer Festival for having me. This amazing weekend of music is all to benefit the Michigan Artists Relief Fund. The donation link is in the comments. It's also in the event information. I'd like to start with a few songs from my most recent record called The Darkness and the Light. And the first song is called Our Turn to Shine, which is an exploration of changing out old to new, something I'm familiar with. And it's changing out old to new in an ever-changing world. Our Turn to Shine. I'm the last of my kind, an incandescent light from another time. So to turn on, I won't last long, sorta like this old song. I'll be replaced by an LED, 820 lumens like a new TV. Find a Matt Lowe's home improvement, part of the next youth movement. Energy efficient for decades to come. By the time it goes dark, I'll be gone. I'm a dinosaur made of glass and tin. Take me out, screw a new one in. But for now, I light the way, brighten up your everyday, if only for a short time. It's still my turn to shine. I can chase away the night. I'm the perfect reading light. Whether it's an old newspaper or an Elmore Leonard caper. When I'm done, reuse my glass and those tiny little wires of brass. Can't do much with a broken filament when it's no longer radiant. But for now, I light the way, brighten up your everyday, if only for a short time. It's still my turn to shine. Still my turn to shine. I've been flickering for a little while. I'm on my last mile. Let me illuminate your smile before I go out of style. In the days before lamps, we'd sit around the camps, look to the fire for all we desired. Maybe that day will return when all we will burn is ourselves in the sun. We'll let it light our way, brighten up our everyday, oh, for the rest of time. It's our turn to shine. We'll let it light our way, brighten up our everyday, whoa, whoa, for the rest of time. So this is where people usually join in. It's our turn to shine. 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 Our turn to shine. So that's our turn to shine. The next song I want to do is called Why can't that be enough? And it's really dedicated to anyone who has either owned a cabin or just lived that rustic life here somewhere in northern Michigan or some other destination. And it's written from the point of view of that place and sort of who really misses who. I could use a little color, can't always stand up straight. My dilapidated charm, rusted latches on my gate. I'm where the pavement ends on the coldest lake in Michigan. I'm where I've always been, where I'll always wait. Up here, you're off the grid, little off the rails. Off to the dock with one of those India Pale Ales. No shaving and no showers, staring at the stars for hours on the times of your life, every breath you exhale. I am here for you, waiting patiently, though my fire has gone out and my edge is rough to touch. I'm a part of you of me. Why can't that be enough? Why can't that be enough? Once you fell into the marsh in your Sunday best, later wandered in the woods alone, scared me half to death. The time you almost burned me down, leaving embers lying on the ground. I am your silence and your secrets, always to be kept. As hard-headed as the hardwood floors, never wipe your shoes. Backwoods and barefoot life is the one you often choose. To say that it's roughing it, well, that doesn't quite cover it. I'm a test of your survival, watching your every move. I am here for you, waiting patiently, though my fire has gone out and my edge is rough to touch. I'm a part of you and me. Why can't that be enough? Why can't that be enough? They say you're building character while my walls are falling down. You drive up every weekend, then you turn right back around. Leaves me feeling empty, and it leaves me feeling old. Don't forget to blow my pipes out before it gets too cold. Well, I hear you plan to knock me down, put a new one in my place, with all the comforts of your life so you don't feel so far away. You work so hard to get that prize. If only you would realize you really don't need all that much at the end of the day. I am here for you, waiting patiently, though my fire has gone out and my edge is rough to touch. I'm a part of you and me. Why can't that be enough? Why can't that be enough? Why can't that be enough? So now I'd like to give a little shout out to some of the other artists that I know that are part of this amazing weekend. Immediately after me are going to be Ruth and Max Blomquist, and then followed later by Annie and Rod Capps. And then after that, My friend Kyle Reishi of Chain of Lakes will be part of the listening room lineup, and that's going to be great. I think that starts at 7. On Thursday, Sean Miller and Caroline Barlow are part of the Bliss Fest Crooked Tree Arts lineup. Friday morning starts with Judy Banker Band. That includes my friend Dave Roof. And that evening, Aaron Zindel, Jill Jack, Tom Alter will be part of the 20 Front Street lineup. And Kate Highnote is going to be on Saturday. So it's all going to be really good. Should be a great weekend. I hope people contribute to the Artist Relief Fund, the Michigan Artist Relief Fund. So look for the donation link, please. This next song is called Content. Some people say content, but it's content. And it's a search for what are we really actually content with, and when does that contentment happen? Anyway, content. Caught a cold when I wasn't even chasing it. Saw the light when I wasn't even facing it. Found myself when I wasn't even lost. Built a bridge that I still have never crossed. Tried to escape without really ever leaving. I was telling the truth while make-believing. Harder I look at things, seems the less I see. When searching for a forest, all I found was a tree. It's a simple life in a complex world. I want what's mine and you want what's yours. But when you're all by yourself and the money's all spent, are you gonna leave this world completely content? Used to sit in a cube trying to think out of the box. If I only knew more about bonds and stocks. I'm on the fence between the future and the past. Watching time pass slowly, but I think it's gaining fast. Sometimes I wish that I had smoked more dope, read more books, and maybe used less soap. Gone to sleep later, planted more trees, learned a language to say fromage instead of cheese. It's a simple life in a complex world. I want what's mine and you want what's yours. But when you're all by yourself and the money's all spent, are you gonna leave this world completely content? Whether it's a paradox or a paradigm, a pair of twos or a pair of nines, full house beats three kings every single time, and close only counts in shuffleboard and landmines. Is it possible to hate the very thing you love? Possible to be full yet never get enough? Am I on the bottom while I'm climbing to the top? I'm about to get going, but I think it's time to stop. It's a simple life in a complex world. I want what's mine and you want what's yours. But when you're all by yourself and the money's all spent, are you gonna leave this world completely content? Are you gonna leave this world completely content? So the next song is from my first record called We Wonder. And as I'm surrounded on all these walls by family pictures, this song sort of comes out of the Irish side of our family, which is primarily my side. It's called The Next Round's on Me. And I usually sing it close to St. Patrick's Day, which just passed, but I usually don't honor it. Whether my glass is half empty or full, sort of like a gravitational pull, liquid courage or a paralyzing potion, either way each day I get my quotient, wearing 4 roses or a royal crown, putting it on never lets me down. So raise a glass to me and one to you, the bartender's buying, so I'll have 2. Oh, raise a glass or 2, or maybe 3. Let's drink a toast. The next round's on me. Whether I'm howling at the moon at night or all lit up in the broad daylight, the drink betrays me ounce by ounce, makes me forget what really counts. Bombed on Irish car bombs, smashed on Sarmash, the next morning leaves me dragging my ass. So raise a glass to me and one to you. How many fingers am I holding up? 1 or 2. Or raise a glass or 2, or maybe 3. Let's drink a toast. The next round's on me. The next round's on me. Whiskey in my veins, glass shots to the heart. From Sazerac to Uncle Jack, oh that's just a start. Mix and mold with 100 proof habit, so drunk I can't walk, I think I'll cab it. I'm aged in barrels, yet never mature. I know every single solitary hangover cure. So raise a glass to me and one to you. All those empty bottles, yeah, we drank a few. Or raise a glass or 2, or maybe 3. Let's drink a toast. The next round's on me. The next round's on me. Tastes as sweet as baby's breath, whole lot closer to the smell of death. So raise a glass to me and one to you. All those empty bottles, well, we drank a few. Or raise a glass or 2, or maybe 3. Let's drink a toast. The next round's on me. The next round's on me. The next round's on me. Anyway, I'm Mike Ward Psycho Songs. You can find my music on all streaming platforms, and that's how it's generally found, is either Mike Ward Psycho Songs, or on my website is just psychosongs.com, and that's PSYCHOSONGS.com. The last song I'm going to do is the last song on the record, and it really it shines the light on the issue of homelessness throughout our country. It's called No Way to Live. I sleep on the sidewalk, the cracks in my back. All my possessions in a clear plastic sack. I got holes in my pockets and my shoes are untied. Cold's moving in and there's no place to hide. I don't ask for much, I'm just looking for change. Use a living this life has clouded my brain. But I'm reading my book as I sit by the curb. Most people figure I'm somewhat disturbed. Why can't you turn your life around? They ask, why can't you turn your life around? It's a question I hear every day of the year. Why can't you turn your life around? Don't judge me or think I'm just down on my luck. It's like a catch-22, that's where I'm stuck. No training to speak of, job prospects are dim. I could eat on my wages, but I couldn't pay rent. My skin's turned to leather, my eyes have gone dark. Can you look past it all and see deep in my heart? I used to have goals and I used to make plans. Now I sit here hoping someone gives me a hand. Why can't you turn your life around? They ask, why can't you turn your life around? It's no way to live and there's nothing to give. Why can't you turn your life around? I'm somebody's daughter, I'm somebody's son. Someone who played on your street carefree in the sun. I might have been through a war, run away from it all. Watched over your kids as they're learning to crawl. My story is told on a handwritten sign. It's the only thing left I can truly call mine. To protect me from rain, I sleep under a bridge. I have no idea how far I am from the edge. Why can't you turn your life around? They ask, why can't you turn your life around? When you're always on guard, eye contact is hard. Why can't you turn your life around? Maybe I got a will and I still have a voice. Do you really think I'm out here by choice? I pray to God and I hope He can hear that I ain't in this place this time next year. Why can't you turn your life around? They ask, why can't you turn your life around? It's no way to live and there's nothing to give. Why can't you turn your life around? Why can't you turn your life around? They ask, why can't you turn your life around? It's no way to live and there's nothing to give. Why can't you turn your life around? Well, have a great weekend of music. And again, thank you to the Michigan Music Alliance and the Spread the Music Virtual Volunteer Festival, all to benefit the Michigan Artist Relief Fund. Have a great weekend. Thank you.